What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So in today's video, I'm bringing guys my undefeated first place locals Ryzeal deck profile. This is pure Ryzeal, not Fiendsman Ryzeal. And even though YCS Orlando is over and we saw a few pure Ryzeal decks make top 32 and things like that and top 16, I'm gonna show you guys my take on the list. It's been doing really well. But the point of this video, smash the like button, hit the video up to at least 100 likes, hit the subscribe button for more. We're on a roll to 22K subs. Also, be sure to check out my channel sponsors in the description down below to save you guys some money on buying Yu-Gi-Oh products. TradingCardMint.com for 7% off and Imperium Duelist for 10% off. So this is my take on pure Ryzeal. I'm not going to explain everything because I've done plenty of videos with this deck list. So let's begin. 3 exit, 3 swords, 3 ice, 1 node. This is pretty much standard for all Ryzeal lists. Now, I will preface, this is a spinoff of the deck profile I gave you guys at the start of the pseudo format, which is pretty much showcasing my take on the deck in total. So that's pretty much standard across all lists. What's not standard, at least in the TCG, but in the LCG, this was very standard, which is 1 Aritama and 2 Sakitamos. Right now in the LCG, they're running 2 Aritama and 1 Sakitama. I like this engine. I don't run the pot of I don't run the pot engine. If you guys don't know the pot engine, that's the one that the desires and the prosperity, because I don't like banishing things and trying to luck sack into my draws. I like consistency, and the whole point of pot engine, in all honesty, is to pop off with your board and then drawing the hand traps or board breakers again after you combo off, or if you draw a bad hand, hope to draw into something consistently. I like this engine because it's just gonna give me a way to make a dual drive going first if I can't make dual drive. I also like this engine because I am running Evil Swarm Ouroboros. So if you guys don't know, you can hand loop multiple times by using Ouroboros and then tributing Ouroboros to bring out ice, then making a Moon Eclipse, and then sending the Moon Eclipse to the graveyard, bring back Ouroboros, and then eating another card of your opponent's hand. I didn't do that in this turn. The tournament I went undefeated in, but I've done that in a few tournaments before that, so that's a pretty good combo. But yeah, overall, it's a rank 4 spam engine. I was considering the Shark engine, however, I don't have all the Shark stuff, but I think the Shark engine is pretty solid as well. But Spirit engine is very consistent. Love it a lot. And that's pretty much all the text. And then hand traps, 3 Drows. Now, if you guys remember my original deck profile, these were 3 Nibiru's. I discovered after a case tournament I went to that 3 main deck Drows were better. I personally don't like main deck Nibiru. I think Nibiru was trash. Despite the fact that people topped the most recent YCS with Nibiru main deck, but most decks can play around Nibiru. Good players will play around Nibiru, and most of the time, Ryzeals, when they combo off, if your only hand trap is Nibiru, they're gonna have the field spell, which is the Ryzeal Cross, so you can't Nibiru them anyway. The most your Nibiru is gonna do is make your opponent detach a material for the dual draft. Now, where Nibiru is good at is when you playing against Malice. However, there's so many silver bullets like for Malice with the Artifact Lancia and the new More Charmy. I just felt like Drow was just a better all card against everything. And of course, you know, in the metagame right now, Mitsurugi Ryzeal is one of the best decks. I got second in Orlando, and then obviously Ryzeal Fiendsman with another good deck. And then even against Malice, if you draw them early, it's pretty decent as well. 3 Ash, 3 Fualos, that's pretty standard for the most part. 3 Bonfire, 3 Cross-Out Detonators. Card is so freaking good. Now, I do know a lot of pure Ryzeal lists like running Solemn Strike, and that's great. Kudos to you guys that like it. I prefer Detonator still because going second, I hate when I was testing, at least in my testing, Strike was so bad because they relied on me to have something else to break my opponent's board. Strike is insane going first, and if you win a lot of dice rolls, good for you. But I like Cross-Out Designator going second because going second, you can hit a face down imperm, hand traps, things like that. Going first, even if you have to set it against the mirror match, you're pretty much effectively solemn striking the opponent because you're gonna Cross-Out Designator called a monster effect, chain Detonator to pop their card. Well, I'm sorry, you're gonna activate Detonator first to pop their monster, chain Cross-Out, then to get the effect. So it's essentially the same thing with a few extra steps, which is why I like Cross-Out Designator over Solemn Strike. But like I say, play what you like. I always tell people play what you like. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. 1 plugin, 1 cross. I know a lot of pure players like 2. I like 1. I used to be on the 2 bandwagon for a while because it is insane. Excuse me. It is insane. There's a local guy who's local to me in Illinois, He actually got Adrian Gonzalez. He top 16 Orlando this weekend. He ran 2 cross, and he said every time he opened it, it was insane. He was considering a third. I agree with that strategy wholeheartedly. However, at least for me, I couldn't fit the second one because I wanted to fit all of my extra techs, like Forbidden Droplet. Droplet is just versatile. A lot of OCG Ryzeal players run Droplet, and for good reason. It can slow down Malice. It's really good against a little bit of everything, especially over there in the OCG where Crystons are really good. And at least locally here in Illinois and Chicago, people are on Crystons, people are on Mr. Rugi. So this is good for locals, good for big events, and it's easy to side out when you don't want to use it. But I like it. It's overall a solid card and did good for me. Because if you go against the Fiendsmith deck, you can shut off a Desiree and combo off. Because most of the time, they don't really have back row. If you're playing against, say, Fiendsmith deck that has back row, it's a good chance it's an Imperm. So if you know you can pay around Imperm, or God forbid they use their trap card, but like, it's not really much they can do to you, honestly, especially against Ryzeal, because Ryzeal eats through boards like a hot knife through butter 90% of the time, unless you're playing against Malice, because, and it's also good against Malice because when they go Whitebinder, chain Droplet, shut off Whitebinder, and if that's their only play, you're in a good position. And of course, Call by the Grave, 2 talents. I don't like 3. I think every time I tried 3, it just didn't work out for me. But like I say, play what you like. 2 just feels just right. Because sometimes you talents to draw 2, or if you have to draw 2, you draw into another talents. But it's really good just to eat hand traps, get information, and OTK from there. 1 Plasma Hole. I freaking love this card. The more I play it, I see why the OCG players even play it now, especially in their Ryzeal builds, because you can do this on your opponent's turn, make a Typhon. So I had a scenario came up on my blog, which if you guys haven't seen it already, check it out. My opponent was playing Sky Striker Malice, and he tried to Widow Anchor my Abyss Dweller after I used the Dweller's effect. So I'm like, okay, Plasma Hole, make Typhon, because he did 2 summons from the extra deck, and that pretty much made his Widow Anchor fizzle out, and he had to pass his turn because he couldn't link climb anymore. So that was really good, and it also won me a game as well, because I didn't realize till I thought about it, you can use, it's a trap card, so you can use this pretty much anytime during a duel. So a scenario came up where I went battle phase, I had this Detonator and Abyss Dweller. I'm like, attack with Detonator, attack with Abyss Dweller, banish this, make 20 the Eclipse in the battle phase, and then attack for game. So really good card. I like it a lot, and the more I use it, the more better I am getting with it. And then of course 3 infinite impermanents to round off the 40 card deck. Then the rest of the stuff is standard. If you guys know me, you guys know my list. Abyss Dweller, Baguskas, Castel, Excited Knight, Dugaris. This is all pretty standard. Daigusto Emerald, I love this card a lot. This could be argued for a Star League. However, play which one you like. Daigusto Emerald has been helping me out in the grind game. Like when you get in the grind games, you run out of your dual drives and your detonators. It's always good to shuffle back stuff, draw, start spamming your rank 4s again, make a detonator. Overall, it's a good card. I wouldn't cut it because you can start shuffling back stuff, especially when you get into those grind games. Aggregator, 2 Eclipse Twins, Typhon. Typhon's the GOAT. 2 dual drive, 2 detonators. So that's pretty much 15 card extra deck. And then side deck, 1 Cowboy for time. Tell people all the time, run Cowboy. If you're gonna play, unless you're playing on Dueling Book, because there's no time in Dueling Book, but like anytime you go to a big event like a Locals or a YCS, just play the Cowboy, bro. Never know when you might need to try to win in time. 3 Nibiru's, because Malice is a thing. 3, but I will say this though, real talk. Well, I think Locals, this is good because you never know, you might run into some random rogue stuff that this is good against, like white 4s and things like that. But even in white 4s, they can go around it. If I can get the new more Charmy, I will replace this. So once I get new more Charmy, I will replace this. But I think Malice moving forward in the TCG is going to be 10 times better than Ryzeal, because I'm expecting Ryzeal on the TCG to get him the ban list because it's topping consistently. And more than likely, we're going to get a Bonfire hit, in my opinion, and maybe even like an X Ryzeal hit, or maybe even an Ice Ryzeal hit. And if that happens to Ryzeal, we're going to have a hard time playing this deck. So I want to pick up the Numo Charmers just to be on the lookout. But this is a good card right now if you guys want to pick up the Numo Charmer and you're in a budget like myself. 3 Solemn Judgment, 1 Sanctum, 1 Slayer, 1 Barrier, 3 Lancia, and 2 Thrust. Thrust is insane. I usually side it in going first to try to set up the play of Sanctum when I go against Malice, or the mirror match with the D Barrier. And I sometimes keep it in second depending on the deck, because I can also go Thrust, go grab Ultimate Slayer, bounce their card back, and we're good to go. So Tell me what you guys think about my list in the comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here. I'm gonna continue using this list for the time being. It's your boy Rogue, and I'm signing out. Peace. Let me see you guys in the next video.